Welcome. Thanks for your patience with our weather delay. But it was a lot of people were saying this is the proof we would ruin this field today playing on it after this rain, and this is going to be perfect as a result of this wonderful new synthetic turf field. I'd like to welcome everyone here, especially everyone who donated so generously to this, what I would say is an extraordinary community accomplishment. Legacy, community, and pride. Those are the three words that were selected by the Campaign for Shrewsbury Athletic Fields. Resulted in this state-of-the-art stadium, track facility that we now have here at Shrewsbury High School. There's no doubt that this is a significant improvement to our town's athletic and recreational facilities. It will certainly leave a legacy to thousands of students and youth athletes in the coming years. It's a strong statement of community, what a community can do when it comes together to meet an ambitious and worthy goal. And it's a manifestation of the pride that Shrewsbury takes in making sure that we provide a first-class environment in which our young people can strive for success. I know that I couldn't be more proud of what you've all accomplished, and it's a privilege to be here celebrating with you today. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the public officials who've joined us today. We have the members of our school committee who not only supported this project in their official roles, but they also personally made generous donations. Please welcome Chair Sandy Fritz, Secretary Dr. Dale McGee, and Jason Palich. Unfortunately, Vice Chair John Wensky, who was the committee's liaison to this project, Lindsay Heffernan, and former member Aaron Canzano, who served during this project, couldn't be with us today. But please join me in welcoming the school committee and thanking them for their leadership and service. I'd also like to thank Senator Mike Moore, who's here today, who was also a generous donor to the project. Thank you, Senator Moore, for being with us. And State Representative Hannah Kane, who again was also a donor, and Senator Moore and Representative Kane are tremendous resources for us on Beacon Hill, and we thank them for their ongoing service to our community. Also like to welcome Mo DiPaolo, who's the chair of the Board of Selectmen, and Selectman Beth Cassavant, and John Samia, who's a selectman and was also a member of the fundraising committee for this project. Welcome to our selectmen. I'd also like to recognize Angela Snell, who's our Director of Public Facilities for here at the town of Shrewsbury. That department is responsible for the upkeep of our school facilities, including this facility, and she was also a donor to this project, and we welcome her as well today. I'd also like to recognize our campaign fundraising committee, many of whom are here today. Co-chairs Jim Bonamo and Paula Bonamo. Jim is here, Paula couldn't be with us. Deborah Mooney, other members, several of whom are here today. Jay Brand, Ginger Conti, Jeff Galuli, Jim LeMay, Bill Orfali, John Samia, Tony Tizzano, and Nick Tizisco. That group did an outstanding job getting the resources we need to make this happen, and they certainly deserve a round of applause from everyone here. I'd also like to recognize Central One Federal Credit Union, after whom the stadium is named. David Laquiere couldn't be with here today. He's the president and CEO. Dave Kaiser, Jeff Dunn, Karen Mills, Mike Murphy. The team in Central One is tremendously supportive of our work, and I remember going there with Maureen Harrington, who was the early part of the project, was on our fundraising committee as a co-chair, and Jay Costa to meet with Dave Laquiere and Dave Kaiser. Left feeling hopeful that they may support it, and then when Dave Laquiere called me and said they were going to be in for $750,000, that was the moment I knew this was going to happen. And we can't thank Central One enough for their unbelievable support, and please give them a round of applause. I'd also like to welcome and thank the members of the Adams family. This is David J. Adams Memorial Field. Their $250,000 donation from Susan Adams, Dan Adams, who's here with his fiancée, Jen Glowick, Sarah Adams, also with them, Brandon Foley, Christina Manos, and Andrew McIntosh. Their donation and as a legacy for Mr. Adams is put us over the top and made this possible. And it's a wonderful way to recognize someone who was a leading Shrewsbury of our town, some leading citizen of our town of Shrewsbury, who was a Shrewsbury High graduate. You'll learn more about him in a moment in our video. But we are extremely grateful to the Adams family. We wish to thank them as well. This tremendous scoreboard and sound system is thanks to the Flynn family, Ed Flynn, Sean Flynn, Rebecca Edwards from Al's Oil. We really appreciate their $100,000 contribution. And I believe Sean is here today with his family, and please recognize the Flynn family for their generosity. Shrewsbury Youth Soccer stepped forward with a $100,000 donation. Jay Brand, the president and member of our fundraising committee, many members of the Shrewsbury Youth Soccer Board are here today. We are looking forward to partnering with them so Shrewsbury Youth Soccer athletes can use this facility. And again, we couldn't have done that without them. Please join me in applauding Shrewsbury Youth Soccer. We also have 3 donors who contributed $50,000 towards this project. Shrewsbury Federal Credit Union sponsors our Snack Shack. With us today, Jim DuPont and Lisa Raby. Shrewsbury Federal Credit Union is another incredible partner to our school district, and we appreciate their contribution here today. Please join me in thanking Shrewsbury Federal Credit Union. Very pleased that our Shrewsbury Athletic Boosters really stepped up with a $50,000 donation to make this possible. Tony Tiziano's leadership and everyone else from the boosters who worked hard, all of our athletes who sold gold cards and did all kinds of fundraising so that they could benefit from this facility. We have an incredible boosters group, and we really appreciate their support. So please join me in applauding our Shrewsbury High boosters. And as I mentioned, Paul and Jim Bonamo are the co-chairs of the fundraising committee. They took the leadership. They were the first people we met with on this project. They were all in from the start, and without their leadership, this wouldn't have happened, and made an incredibly generous contribution of $50,000. Please join me in thanking Paul and Jim Bonamo. We have a number of other donors that are here today. Just want to mention them quickly. We have Mel Ciacciaroni, Matt and Erica Armenti from Unibank. In honor of Hugo J. Galley, the flagpole is sponsored from their family, dedicated to him as a veteran, was particularly appropriate. Richard and Allison Ricker, Chris Coughlin, Tom and Barbara Peters, Jim and Hannah Kane, David and Andrea Lowy, Jim and Nancy Coughlin, Ash Richardson, Mark Murray, Ann and Mike Ruffolo, and Arnie and Jill Wensky. All of these folks, Boquan Lee, Yu Kwang Yin, Maureen Pellizzari, Tom McCarthy, Mike O'Sullivan, Chris and Jennifer Lund. All of these people's donations made a difference to make this possible, and please join me in giving them a round of applause. And so at this time, we have a very special treat for you. Our superb Shrewsbury High School television production class put together a video to celebrate today and tell you a bit of the story about what happened. And so we'll ask Greg Marceau in the booth and Maggie Korab, the teacher who's with us today, to cue up the video, and please enjoy this tribute to this project.
Well, we were excited about the stadium project because we felt it was a natural progression. The credit union had been doing, or still continues to do, financial literacy training here at the high school. Been doing that for over 10 years. And then subsequent to that, we opened up the Shrewsbury High School branch, run by the students, and the administration reached out to us for the stadium project, and we really felt like this was something we wanted to be involved in. We were excited about it. They needed the funds, and we're excited to participate in that commitment.
Well, it all became a simple request from Donnie Green, longtime Shrewsbury resident. He sent me a message one day asking to simply donate a brick for my company for the turf program. I reached out to my family members and said this could be an amazing opportunity to leave a legacy for my father. My father was a longtime Shrewsbury resident, born here, lived his whole entire life, was a graduate of the Shrewsbury High School class of 1957, played on the Shrewsbury football team. After his graduation, he received a scholarship to Nichols College for football and joined the Marine Corps Reserves as a way to pay for his books that he did not get the funds for with his scholarship. After graduating from Nichols, he returned to the Shrewsbury area where he entered the petroleum and the commercial real estate development industries, and that led to even more devotion to the town of Shrewsbury. We felt this was a great opportunity to truly leave a legacy for not only our father, but to allow for some community pride for years to come.
Well, my family moved to Shrewsbury 16 years ago, just before my second daughter was born, and we moved here in large part for the schools, for the opportunities we thought being a part of the community would give our daughters. And ever since my older daughter, Caitlin, was at Beale in kindergarten, I've been involved and helped however I could. My professional background is in fundraising for nonprofits, so I thought that there was a role that I could play, that I knew what to do and how to run a capital campaign, even though there were a lot of folks who thought we couldn't do it. Rumor has it someone even specifically said, there's no way that Deb can do that. But my daughters are stubborn, I'm stubborn. They both play soccer and ski for Shrewsbury High, and it meant a lot to me to be able to do this for them and for all the athletes that would follow them. So I thought a lot about it. They're great people in the central office to work with. But then I also reached out to Jim and Paula, knowing that they had history in town and knew people that I couldn't possibly. So we put together the dream team.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. Shrewsbury's a great place. Paula and I are lifelong residents of Shrewsbury High. We both went to high school here. Paula graduated in '69, I graduated in '70. We met when I was a freshman and she was a sophomore. We've been going out ever since. And you know, it's very, athletics are important. And it's not just about the playing, it's about being on a team. And learning the skills of being on a team, when to lead, when to be part of the team. So having the correct type of field today and providing that field for multiple sports all year long seemed to be a great project that hopefully we could help with. And Deborah asked us to be involved and we accepted gladly. And I think we did prove to people that it could be done. And there was, 600, 700, 800 people that gave to this project, and we raised about $1,850,000, including Central One's Lodge and the Adams family. So the town reached out and came forward.
Yeah, we had fun doing it.
Yeah.
We did have fun doing it, but it was amazing to see the generosity of the people in town, from small donations to the largest donation. So many people contributed and made it the reality that it is today. Both of our children graduated from Shrewsbury High and were athletes here, and now that they're in their 30s and we think pretty good young adults, and we can see that the skills that they learned through playing on teams really helped them become the young people that they are today through leadership roles and being a member of a team. And so we were happy to get involved. I wasn't sure it was actually going to happen, but we can all see here today that this field is amazing, and so many students are going to be able to benefit. And we're just happy that we could have played a small part in that.
So just 18 months ago, we had a very different looking field and track. We had a field that had a huge bare spot down the middle. It was very uneven. It got muddy during even the slightest bit of rain. We had a track that had huge bare spots on it, and we could not use the field past the fall season because we needed to grow grass in the spring. And so as a result, none of the spring sports could use it, none of the youth sports could use it, our phys ed classes couldn't use the grass field. So we knew that we had to make a change, and there was a real necessity for the turf field, not a want.
Right. And we're just so grateful to this entire community who shared that opinion, who really believed that these renovations here at the high school were really necessary. They weren't just a want to have, but they were a need to have. And we had tremendous support from the entire community, from businesses, from community members, parents, alumni, parents of future students that will be up here. It really was just an outpouring from all avenues, and everyone should feel that their contribution mattered because we truly needed every dollar raised. So if you made a donation, if you bought a brick, if you attended an event, even if you just helped in our campaign, you made a difference and you made this project happen. And we're just so grateful, and we're so happy that it's built, and now we get to use it for years and years to come, and people should just be really proud to be a part of that.
In terms of the boys soccer team, we added a new third team last year, and with the turf field and being able to practice on that stadium field, all three teams now have a practice space, so that's huge for us. Practicing on the turf allows us to really simulate game conditions. The speed of play is much quicker, and all of our opponents have turf, so we're able to kind of train on that surface, which is great. And then obviously weather is a big piece. We're not having to reschedule games due to rain or field issues, so we're not being forced to have to play, 3 or 4 games towards the end of the season, where we should be recovering, getting ready for playoffs. So it's been really beneficial so far in the short time.
As far as field hockey, definitely changed the game. Pace with it being a lot faster. The girls really have had the opportunity to experience some great field play now, and it has helped them in district play and across the board, just in general, just changed the dynamics of the game.
Personally, for me, I'm exceptionally excited about this community effort to put together the stadium project. I feel like, aside from Mr. Costa, I probably spend more time on this new facility than anybody else, because as a football coach, I get all my home competitions there and some practices. As the head track coach, the new track is awesome, and it is really upped our program. We used to be able to host many large invitationals and regionals, and I think we can do that again now with a beautiful facility. And lastly, as a phys ed teacher, I get to go out there every day and use my classes on there. So I spent a lot of time on that facility, and really excited that the community pulled this all together.
As an athlete in track, it's really truly benefited us. Competing against other teams and on that facility, it's just an extreme honor. And going to other schools, comparing our facilities, we know we're truly blessed.
It's such a privilege getting out there to practice and compete on the field. I know for field hockey especially, it's a turf sport. Just like ice hockey is made to be played on the ice, field hockey is definitely made to be a turf sport. And for our team, I know we run faster, hit the ball harder, communicate more. And then for lacrosse, we got to start our season earlier than ever because there was no weather. And then we were able to implement the quick start rule, so that made the game even faster. And overall, it's just so exciting getting out there and competing on that beautiful field.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I'm extremely grateful to be able to play on this turf field, and I'm also extremely grateful for everyone that contributed to making it happen. For playing soccer there every day, whether it's practicing or games, it has allowed us to learn how to play faster, and like Colleen said with field hockey, we just do everything faster, we communicate more, and it's just so much more exciting, and we're able to compete with the other super teams in the league. And I also play lacrosse, and having to get out there right away instead of having to wait a month, it's just been so exciting, and it's an honor to play on that field.
It's benefited us as an athlete because I feel like our teams have just been so much more excited to play. They just have the whole community's come behind us, the whole school, and just to be a part of something that has just the whole community coming together around us feels great. It feels like we're playing at a mini college.
The turf has benefited me as an athlete because using the field is just so much nicer, it's smoother. We don't have to worry about rolling our ankles. We could just go out there, do our practice, and we just have a good practice, and it's a lot easier to play on.
As a soccer player and playing the game of soccer, it has improved our team chemistry and everything by so much because we are able to move the ball faster and really pick up our intensity and play better. And we're just so thankful that everybody came together and helped us get this brand new field and really improve and play in better conditions.
Yeah, the turf field has benefited us in many ways. One example is it allowed us to have more teams be able to play their games or practice in the stadium. Before, we've probably averaged about 30 to 40 types of contests there. Now we can play an unlimited number. It allows us to play multiple events in one day. You know, for example, we could play a field hockey game and followed by a football game. So it has allowed us to utilize the facility a lot more. And also, it has allowed us to bring the community in and allowing youth sports programs to be a part of our culture up here.
On behalf of the coaches here at Shrewsbury High School and the PE staff, we would just like to thank the community and everyone involved for making this project happen. We know it was a lot of hard work and dedication, and we really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see the positive impact that it has on our athletes and our students moving forward.
I also like to thank the Shrewsbury High School Athletic Booster Program, too, for everything that they did to raise money and get the community involved to come together to work for a great cause that will future our student athletes as they progress through in years to come.
I just want to say thank you to all the donors, the committee members, and the community of Shrewsbury for providing us with an unbelievable facility. We get a lot of references right now that we are considered a small Division III college based on the facilities we have here, and that's something I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of the fact that everyone in the community of Shrewsbury stepped up to provide our athletes, our students, with an unbelievable facility. So thank you very much.
Thank you!
Thank you to Cole Ackerman and Gavin Crouch, our student producers of that piece, to Maggie Korab, their teacher, Greg Marsori, V Specialist. How about a round of applause for that special video tribute? So as we finish up with our ceremony, first of all, I want to apologize if I missed anybody who's here today. We appreciate you all coming. I do want to thank the folks in the school department who are part of the project team who really helped make this happen once we had the funding. Our assistant superintendent for finance and operations, Patrick Collins, assistant principal at the high school here, PJ O'Connell, athletic director, Jay Costa. If you could give those three gentlemen a round of applause, please, for all their hard work. And then finally, Michelle Biscotti and Kathleen Cohane, who are coordinators of development and volunteer activities. When they took that position a few years ago, I'm not sure they knew what they were in for. They're ostensibly part-time. Their positions are funded by Shrewsbury Federal Credit Union. They did an amazing amount of excellent work to make this whole project happen, to guide the whole process. The quality of this project, including our brick donor patio, our donor wall, everything they did to make the landscaping better, to really make this all come together is greatly appreciated. And as you saw in the video, they sent the signal to every donor, no matter how large, how small. They were deeply appreciated. And they're both Shrewsbury parents, but they're not Shrewsbury alumni. But as a token of appreciation for their hard work, we are going to award them varsity letters to Shrewsbury High School today. So please, Michelle and Kathleen, come on up.
The football captains like to come over and give you something.
Okay.
Come on over, guys.
And our football captains have something for Michelle and Kathleen as well. Thank you, guys. So as we finish up, we would like to do a photo of all the donors here right when we're done, so please stick around for a moment. We will have a special coin toss to start the game with a special coin from the Adams family. We raised $1.8 million for this project privately, which is just an amazing accomplishment. There's an old saying that says those who say it can't be done shouldn't interrupt those doing it. And this project is really a testament to those who believed in it, to the generosity of everyone who shared that belief, and the hard work that made it happen. What result is this incredible accomplishment that embodies legacy, community, and pride. So thank you, and go Colonials. So if all of our donors and guests, you want to come over, stand against over here and we'll get our photo done.